hope you guys are doing well. I hope you woke up giving gratitude this morning here, and I hope you had a good night rest here. All right, so someone trying to swap destinies after 9 years of separation. Your ancestors destroying this energy for good here. All right. For some of you guys, it don't have to be 9 years. It could be less than that. It could be more than that. But that's what I got, 9 years. So you take what resonate, you leave the rest. These are definitely general messages here. If you ever want to book a personal, you can always go to my website, healing2express.com. You hit the tab at the top right, you go down to book online, and you'll see the services that I do offer. Okay. If you ever want a mini read while we are live, it is 2222. And I take PayPal and I take Venmo here. I also make handmade goat milk soap, so make sure you check out my website for that. And make sure you join my Patreon. I have Virgo reads over there, morning motivation, and I have my collective. So you can pick and choose what you want to do here. All right, so let's get our angel number and our devotion. Grand Rising, Miss Felicia. Grand Rising, everybody. It's cold here. It's like, what? 50 degrees. Went to bed with the heat on, with the air on, and woke up and cut the heat on. So our angel number is 377. The miracle that you are seeking is within your grasp. Stay focused and align with the power and the light of love here. All right. 377. All right, today is the 4th of May. Oh my God. Mother's Day is what, next weekend? What I said, the 4th? Okay. So our devotion reads, it says, my sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. I give them eternal life and they shall never perish. No one will snatch them out of my hands. John 10:27-28. Our faith step, it says, think of the people who matter the most to you. Ask Jesus to guide them today. All right. So the people that matter the most to you, asking the Most High to pretty much, take care of them here. Okay. To meet their needs. It's funny, this morning I got a text from one of the sisters at the church, and she was like, I won't be there today. Keep me in prayer. I'm like, okay. So moving forward here, we're going to pull 7 cards. Yeah, with the keepers of the light, see what we got going on, and then we'll go from there. All I ask is if you're coming to my chat, can you just hit my like button, okay? Like, subscribe, share the video here, okay? If you're guided to do that here, all right? So the first card is you and a strength, a gift that you may have here, all right? What's the message here, Divine? All right, wow. So some of you guys have sacred vision here. You and a strength, a gift that you have. It says, choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries here. Somebody could be a Gemini or something like that. Whenever I see the 2 twins here, it makes me think about Gemini energy here. Somebody North Node could also be Gemini if you know your birth chart here. So that is a strength and a gift that you have, is that you have sacred vision here. You choose to forgive in order to heal yourself, because holding on to grudges here is blocking your own blessings here. You're self-sabotaging your own self when you choose not to forgive, whether that be other people or rather that be for yourself here, choosing to forgive yourself for allowing certain things to transpire when you knew better. All right. So the second one is your life. What's happening right now? All right, the first card we got is Earth Connection, Mother Gaia. Be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth and stay grounded. So what's happening right now is it look like you guys are working on staying grounded here, staying in the present moment here, okay? We also have Soul Flame. We have Radha here. Some of you guys can be rediscovering a lost part of yourself. experiencing relationships, harmony, and healing at this time here. So that's what could be going on at this moment for some of you guys. Okay, take what resonate. All right, so the third card here is what's supporting your happiness here. Wow, two more cards here. Maybe you've been seeing 222 or 2222. All right, so what's supporting your happiness is your voice of truth here. You're standing strong, focusing on your purpose, releasing the fear of persecution, and you're speaking your truth here. We also have transcendence. You guys are rising up, honoring your inner force. Steps are being given. You're dancing with the universe at this time here. This is what's supporting your happiness. Maybe you found yourself dancing in your room. Maybe you were doing some TikTok videos. Maybe you didn't post it. You saved it to your draft. Moving forward here. So the fourth card is an obstacle and a challenge that you are overcoming at this time here. Wow, watch out. We got Archangel Michael here. So whatever obstacles and challenges that you are overcoming, you truly have Archangel Michael on your side here. Trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Some of you guys may experience a miracle this week here. You got to make sure you give gratitude when it takes place in your life. You can't be holding that in. People need to know that divine is still performing miracles every single day here. All right. Some things you do need to keep to yourself. We got that part. But when you have a miracle in your life, that's something you don't need to keep to yourself. You need to let somebody else know, if God done it for me, he can do it for you too. I feel like with Archangel Michael being here, you guys are definitely trusting in heaven here. Okay. You're realizing that truly you are safe here. And whatever obstacles and challenges, you are now overcoming them. Angels are standing close to you here. You're surrendering your concerns and you are allowing, you're not forcing, you are allowing a miracle to happen in your life at this time here. Wow. People may look at you and say, hey, you a miracle, or they may view you as a miracle. Y'all know in church, they be like, turn to your neighbor and say you're looking at a miracle. Some people may have seen you back in the day, and they're now seeing you now, and they like, it's got to be a God to clean so-and-so up the way they do. I remember when they was out here on the streets. I remember when they were doing this and doing that. But now you got a different testimony here. You done swap partners here. Even though they were trying to swap your destinies with you, it's like you allowed them to do whatever they were doing because you knew you was about to switch partners here or something like that. Some of you guys been struggling with these situations for a very long time. For some of you guys, it's decades of BS you've been dealing with here. But it's like your ancestors, they stepping in, y'all. They've been stepping up ever since I done learned about them. I just been connected. I'm like, I can't unconnect with it. Man, watch out. They done already walked this path. They already know what's going to pop off because they're in the spiritual realm. They can see what we cannot see, and they can transfer that information to us when we receive our downloads here. Whoever you are, someone is trying to destiny swap after so many years of separation. Your ancestors are destroying this energy for good here. Some of these people I'm hearing, the Egyptians you see today, you won't see anymore here. All right? Wow. So moving forward here, we got what your angels want you to know. All right, watch out. Your angels want you to know higher learning is here for you. You have learned from experience. More in the study is now required to further your progress here. What they say, new levels, new devils here. That's just like when you graduate from elementary and you go to high school. It's like you got to learn new knowledge. Okay, that whatever you learned in middle school is not going to suffice you in high school here. Whatever you learned in high school, it's not really going to suffice you for college here. It's like you're going to have to learn how to build on it, if that makes any sense here. So that is what your angels want you to know, that higher learning is here for you. All right, so what your guides want you to know at this time here. Your guides want you to know that your heart is now awakening here. Awaken to accept in divine love, give and receive in balance here. So now you guys are balancing out things. It's like you could be someone that's very open hearted, you're very giving, very charitable, that type of energy here. But I feel like what your guys are teaching you is that it has to be balanced. It cannot be always when you're just giving, 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 and you're never receiving. I feel like this is what the guys are showing you at this time, and this is what they want you to know, just in case you didn't know. Okay, you don't need to feel bad when you pull back your energy from people that's not reciprocating the same type of energy. You shouldn't feel obligated to go above and beyond and extend yourself for things, people, places, and things that's not doing the same for you. All right. Last but not least is what your heart wants you to know. Yeah, we got life force here. This car always cracks me up. Express your divine passion, your driven passion. Sensual and sexual powers are now increasing here. Maybe some of y'all been feeling the urge or something like that here. I don't know. Can I get one more here, divine spirit? What your heart wants you to know. All right. Wow. Watch out. We got releasing karma releasing here. Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. I feel like this is what your heart wants you to know here. You guys are now moving beyond the drama here. It's like, you've been there, you've done that. You enjoyed it while it was happening, but now you're bored with it, you're over it, and you're ready to move forward here. You're now creating your own path here. And you're now making room for good energy. You have to release the negative energy in order for the good energy to start coming in. That's just like when you're going out shopping to buy new clothes. It's like you get rid of all your old clothes, maybe clothes you still have from high school, maybe t-shirts and shorts and things of that nature you have from elementary school, okay? You were still holding on to all of that stuff, all of that energy of the past here. Now you done went through your closets here. You done cleaned everything out. You like, yeah, now I'm ready to get these new clothes out here. This new wardrobe is about to be popping out here. Some of you guys could have lost weight. You could have gained weight. You could be in between weight. Whatever you got going on here, you realize that you needed to make room for this new energy that's coming in for you here. This is what your heart wants you to know, that you got supreme protection out here. That you are protected. Cords are now being cut. You need to move beyond limitations and trust the process here. All right. So this is the messages I have from the keepers of the light here. Please take what resonate, leave the rest here. All right. And no more self-sacrificing, only equal love. Absolutely. Yeah, and the only people that's getting upset that you're in this new energy is the ones that was using you and abusing you and taking advantage of you. All right. So let's see what's going on with this energy here. Someone is trying to destiny swap after 9 years. Man, let this shit go. 9 years of separation and they still trying to plot and plan on you. Like, man, watch out. Tell me about this energy here. Your ancestors destroying this energy for good here. What energy is they destroying here? Okay, watch out. 5 of Wands. A bunch of conflict in reverse here. Yeah, the cycle is closing out. Wow, that was fast here. So I feel like your ancestors are destroying this energy for good, this conflict with the 5 of Wands in reverse. We got the World here. This is a total completion here. This cycle is done. You have accomplished something here. Yeah, because somebody kept trying to rush in or give you some type of small gesture or trying to manifest something here with you or something like that here. I feel like in the past, it was definitely a lot of conflict that was going on here. But it's like it was something about your light here. It's like your light was really irritating these people's demons here. It's like you didn't even have to say anything. It was just by you showing up. It's like they just got all irritated and all fidgety or something like that. I feel like with the world being here, it's like ain't nobody mad but the devil here, love. Okay? What's going on here? Moving forward here. All right, so granted, yeah, the Three of Wands here. You had some people that wanted to stop and block your forward movement here. It could have been a lot of people. At the end of the day, like we stated before, these people didn't even have to know each other, but they had one thing in common, and that was to stop and block your forward movement. They didn't want you to see what they were trying to do to you, how they were trying to go about certain things, but it's something about your connection to the universe here that was allowing you to be 10 steps ahead of your haters, of your ops, of your enemies here. Wow. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles here. These people are now being haunted here because they were trying to steal your shine here. For some of you guys, it was a lot of connections that you guys were connecting with people that were very jealous and envious of you, or they felt very intimidated because they didn't know who they were. They wanted to cast their cares on you or something like that here. They wanted you to be heavily burdened out here. They were willing to pay you to carry their burdens here. You like, I'm good. What's going on here? So what was they trying to block here? All right, granted, yeah, they were trying to block your knowledge here. They didn't want you to know this knowledge about the underworld. They didn't want you to know the difference between light and dark. They didn't want you to know that we can't destroy the darkness, but we can control it. They didn't want you to know that knowledge is truly power out here. They didn't want you to connect with your ancestors because they knew once you connected with your ancestors here that they was going to destroy this energy for good. They did not know that whoever you are, you were chosen one out here. They didn't know that you was a generational curse breaker, that you were called for such a time as this year. They had no idea. They like, well, let me try to block this one. I don't care how long it take. We gonna get this one blocked here. They could not block the information that you were receiving. Whoever you are, you can study the darkness here so you can know how to deal with these energies here. Maybe you read books about demons here. Maybe you read Pigs in a Blanket here. It talks about the groups of demons and it talks about how they manifest in your life. It also talks about how you allow it to manifest in your life. It also talks about how you can rebuke it out of your life here. It's called Pigs in the Blanket here. Yeah, look, you could have been even studying black magic here. With this justice energy here, you could have been studying about voodoo hoodoo here. You could have been studying these things so that you can know what's going on, what you're truly fighting here. A lot of people don't know that manipulation and things of that nature, gossiping, is black magic. They feel like because you don't have a wand or you ain't got a big pot and you stirring some stuff up, they thinking that that's the only way you can have this black magic operating in your life or you can be a part of it, but it's not so here. All right? People not knowing that words are magic. That's why I feel like God said life and death is in the power of your tongue. Whatever you're speaking over your life, that's why you can't allow people to speak over your life and tell you what's going to happen and what ain't going to happen. And okay? If you go to church or take it how it resonate, you're not supposed to allow everybody to lay hands on you. You're supposed to use your discernment because energies do transfer, okay? If somebody's telling you, oh, your car's going to break down, you like, man, watch out. Don't be speaking that negative energy over my vehicle. Don't be putting that black magic on my vehicle that I'm going to get in an accident. The devil is a liar. Life and death is in the power of your tongue here. What's going on here? Yeah, look at this. We got the Nine of Wands here. So these energies were still trying to take action towards you here. These energies were still trying to take action with the Knight of Wands here, with the Three of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. For some of you guys, this is truly a connection here. Somebody you done already blocked, rejected, threw them under the bus, or whatever the case may be, they're still coming towards you here when you're already gone here. These people are losing their mind here because your ancestors have now stepped in here. These offers that they were trying to give you, it's like it's being rejected. A lot of these people are in the Five of Pentacles hiding from energies because they told a lot of lies about you to make themselves look good here. And now people are truly seeing the truth with the Seven of Wands in reverse, that this ain't that with the Page of Pentacles here. Wow. Yeah, the devil. In the past, you was dealing with nothing but the devil energy. It was so toxic for you guys here. It had you so overwhelmed here. You realized that someone was trying to destiny swap with you. And they've been at this adamant about this thing for a very, very long time. Wow. Yeah. But you got away. You're the one that got away here, literally. It's like in church, they be like, the devil should have killed me before I got away. He should have killed me when he had me. It's that type of energy here. It's like once the enemy allowed you to get away, it's like he messed up or something like that here. You ever watch them shows where like the big men, they send the little minions out to do their dirty work, and whenever they do the dirty work and they got to come back and they be like, man, I don't know what happened. We lost them in the car chase. We lost them. They hopped the fence and jumped into the water. We couldn't get them. And if you notice that the big bosses, they'll either shoot them, cut their hand off, beat them up really bad. It's that type of energy. A lot of these people are being beat up by the devil, by these minions here. A lot of these people are going through whatever they're going through because they thought that they had it in the bag when it came to your destiny here. What's going on with this Three of Wands here? They were communicating with people like, yeah, we going to expand. We going to do this. We going to do that. All we got to do is bring in this fake offer here with the Nine of Cups. All we got to do is love bomb them, tell them they look pretty or whatever the case may be here. Oh, you look pretty today or something like that here. Yeah. Oh, I've been watching you. I see you're doing good, or, little small talk here. But I feel like whoever you are, you notice the little small talk and you ain't got time for it. You like, I'm good. 4 of Cups, I'm bored with this energy here or something like that. What's going on here? Yeah, the Hierophant. These people did not have any idea that even in the underworld, you're the Hierophant. When Jesus died on the cross and he took on our sins here, big baby. When he died on the cross and he went down to Hades for 3 days, and after that he rose again with the keys, with all power. They didn't know that you had access here. They didn't know that you had the keys to the kingdom and the underworld here. They didn't know that once you surrender to the light, you gain dominion over the darkness here. These people had no idea. They thought they were really doing something here. They didn't know that you love to learn about things. You could be someone that's very curious here. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. They trying to conjure up, whatever they conjured up, they're trying to stop these demons. Now, they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You see how he got his hand up towards the demon there? He like, whoa, whoa, just wait a minute. I got to paint this picture. I got to make it seem another way here. But whatever picture they're trying to paint, it ain't working here. Whatever action they're trying to take, your ancestors like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the hand. You are not about to come in and take somebody's energy and try to stand on a pedestal like you did this thing out here. These people are truly under some type of judgment here. With the Six of Wands here, they got to go back to the people that they work with and report to them and say, hey, that one got away. And they're like, what? What you mean they got away? What we supposed to tell Rico? What we supposed to tell the boss here? With the Wheel of Fortune here. You telling me that we stuck in the underworld? You telling me that we don't have no opportunities to swap destinies with them? You telling me that we gotta stay here? They pissed off here. You telling me that we cannot keep them in a jar or put them in a jar or a freezer or take on their energy or act like them or impersonate them? You telling me I can't do this? They like, nah, babe. Whoever this energy is here, they cut heads off. Queen of Swords energy. They like, man, I don't know. Whoever this baddie is. Whoever this baddie is, man, she take heads off here. He take heads off here. We ain't trying to get into that energy. So they sit back and watch you. And with the Ace of Wands in reverse, they're not having no new beginnings here. You are. A lot of these people are by themselves. Nobody want to deal with these people. Nobody want to work with these people. Yeah, this Emperor. Yeah, the Tower. Because they're full of chaos here. I wish I could explain it how I feel it. A lot of these people, they were born of chaos here. And this is why they're getting a Tower here. I feel like ever since you've been connecting with these energies, a lot of you guys are no longer naive out here. It's like we're not naive to the enemy tactics here. We know if he gonna come this way, he gonna try to come that way, he gonna try to come that way. And now that you're not ignorant to the devices of the enemy, you're able to block whatever he's trying to do in your life here. We're not saying you're going to be able to block everything because you're going to have to go through it so you can learn your lessons here. But a lot of this mess here, your ancestors, your angels, and the divine, most of all, is blocking this negative energy here. It's been going on for way too long. You got to understand, yeah, these lies here, that the enemy is the father of lies here. A lot of these demons that we are now battling with, they've been released. They've been bound for so long. And now that we in 2025, things are changing. It's like they had to be released here. But the good thing about it is that we done gained the knowledge that we needed to gain where we're able to destroy these demons here. Our granny couldn't kill that addiction. Our dad couldn't throw off that addiction. Our great-great-grandmother didn't know what to do with it. But now that we're showing up, we know exactly what to do. We know that lies keep you bound here. And we know it's the truth that sets you free. Back in the day, they thought if they told a lie, they were doing a grand thing. Well, I was just telling a lie because I was trying to protect you. Well, everybody know now in 2025, when you telling a lie out here, you're not protecting nobody. At the end of the day, you're not even protecting yourself here. I hope that makes sense here. So now when you know better, guess what? You do better. There's no need to obtain all of this knowledge and have all of this information and truly not apply it to your life. This is the reason why these people been trying to swap destiny with you for so long. They don't have the secret recipe. They don't have the sacred knowledge here like you do. Everybody can't just sit down and read their Bible and get a revelation from it. A lot of people are confused. What is this thou, Salah? What is all of this? They don't get it. But because whoever you are, you recognize that you got the Holy Spirit dwelling on the inside of you. When you sit down and you open that thing up and you begin to read, at the end of the day, you like, wow. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Any tongue that rise up against me shall be condemned here. I get what you're saying, divine. You're saying that the weapon is going to form, but the promise is that it's not going to prosper here. You start to gain the concept of the word of God. People will look at that and they'll stop. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And then they'll stop. They won't say, hey, Any tongue that rise up against me, any thought that you have about me that's negative, that's a bad intention, you're going to be condemned out here. Moving forward here. Exactly. God gets the glory, period. I appreciate the super chat, love. All right, what's going on here? Five of Wands in reverse here. And they don't want no smoke with you. Yeah, look, drama queen in reverse here. These people know that you're not a drama queen here. They wanted to bring this drama into your life. They were lying and telling people that you were causing all the drama. You're the reason why the relationship didn't work out. You're the reason why you fell behind in certain things in life. You're the reason why you are a late bloomer out here. They were making up all kind of lies about you here. You're the reason why whatever, okay? Whatever the lies that were being told is now going back to these energies here. It's like your ancestors are now destroying this energy here. A lot of these energies are now longing for you. You don't miss your water till your well run dry. A lot of these people, wells are now running dry, while yours is being filled up to the brim. It's overflowing. Yeah, these people took a gamble, and you took a gamble too. You took a gamble to gain a new outlook on life or whatever this is here. These people took a gamble not to. These people were taking gambles to try to stop and block your destiny, your forward movement here. And they got left in the dust here. Yeah, say less. Tell me about this Three of Wands here. Whoever you are, you're no match. Yeah, these people are envious here. They don't like that you don't deal with fear. You overcame that. And even if you struggle with it, you like, God, I believe, help my unbelief. They don't like that. They can't scare you. They can't bully you. They can't manipulate you out of your spot here. They're very envious of this here. They don't like that you show up, you confident out this mug. Because you know who holds your tomorrow, and it's not these people. Tell me more here. Exactly. These people wanted you to be focusing on, low vibrational chakras here. They wanted you to be focusing on the low vibrational chakras here so that they can take advantage of you in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion. They wanted you to be hooked on corn. Remove the C and add a P. They wanted you to be hooked on corn out here. They didn't want you to have real, genuine intimacy here because it's in reverse here. They didn't want you to be operating in this humility. They didn't want you to take responsibility for yourself. Because if you didn't take responsibility for yourself, then all these lies, all this manipulation that they were doing, it would have been able to stick. But because you stood up for yourself and you like, nah, I'm not going no more. You started speaking your truth about the abuse that you were experiencing here. Then the tables begin to turn in your favor. Your ancestors are now destroying this energy for good, y'all. A lot of this stuff that you dealt with in your past, in your current energy, in the near future, you're not going to have to deal with it here. Yeah, we got waves of emotions here. Yeah, because, these people here, watch out, that want to rush in towards you is because they all in their emotions here. These people got anxiety here. These people got so much anxiety, it's not even funny here. Let's read on the definition of anxiety here. Mm. Anxiety is a feeling of fear, dread, or uneasiness. So these people are dealing with fear, they're dealing with this dread, and they feel uneasy here. Why? Because your ancestors is destroying whatever this energy that they keep projecting for good here. It ain't going nowhere. They're wasting their time. They're gaining more anxiety and all in their emotions, even the more every time they try to approach you in the wrong way. And if they don't have good intentions, they really overthinking. Okay? These people are really overthinking. Wow. These people are very anxious here. But the word talks about it. Be anxious for nothing. Pray about everything. At the end of the day, I don't care if it's what shoes should I wear today, divine. Should I wear these kicks? Should I wear these heels? At the end of the day, it needs to get to the point in your life where you're depending totally on the divine for everything. What shirt I need to put on. Some people may say, oh, that's petty. Oh, you don't got to do all that. Well, I do. Because at the end of the day, depending on certain days, you should be wearing certain colors. It does transmute a lot of the negative energy here. When you pay attention to the numerology here, certain days you shouldn't be wearing black out here. But that's another reading here. All right? Tell me more here. Tell me about the devil. Is this resonating with anybody? Can I get some white hearts here? Is this resonating with you? Is this understand? You getting some understanding here? Is it resonating? Okay. Can I get some feedback? Can I get some feedback here, loves? I appreciate all the white hearts here. Hello? Is it Trina? Welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm glad it's resonating with you guys here. When y'all get too quiet, I'm like, what's going on? With all your understanding here, all this heat, listening to all this stuff here, it's really good to get an understanding of what's going on here. Humility, and we got signs here. Someone is trying to destiny swap after 9 years of separation. Your ancestors is destroying this energy for good here. The Egyptians you see today, you shall see no more. I'm hearing stand still and see the salvation of the divine here, love. Tell me about the devil here. Somebody had their hands in everything. Yeah. For some of you guys, these were friends here that wanted to swap destinies with y'all. Y'all had some friends that wanted to swap destinies with y'all. Y'all could even have some friends that stole your ideas or whatever the case may be. I got this one girl that's on Facebook. I went to school with her. And I don't say nothing, but I just be watching her. I'm like, this girl is too much here. But it's just crazy how these friends be so obsessed with you and they feel like that they can swap destinies with you here. It's like, babe, you can't pay the price that I had to pay to get this anointing here. If you had to go through what I had to go through, I guarantee you couldn't walk a mile in my shoes here. I guarantee you, if you was able to experience and we were able to swap one day together, I guarantee you by 12 o'clock noon, you'll be ready to swap back here. It's that type of energy here. Whoever you are, you make the struggle look very well here. It's like you don't carry your emotions on your sleeves here. It's like you show up with your gang face on. You could be going through a whole lot in the background, but these people would never know what you got going on here. All this time they were trying to swap destinies. They were trying to do this and do that. It's like you were just keeping your cool. You didn't even understand how you were being calm and cordial when you wanted to pop off. It's like you could have been praying, God, give me the peace that passes all understandings at the end of the day. I don't understand why my enemies are coming for me. But then the Most High could have said, hey, When your enemies come to eat up on your flesh, they gonna stumble and fall. You like, wow, that's a word, okay? So you started meditating on that word. When your enemies come to eat up on your flesh, they're gonna stumble and fall. You started paying attention. You wasn't just praying, you was watching and praying, praying and watching, and you started to notice that your enemies begin to stumble and fall. You're like, wow, so-and-so passed away. Wow, so-and-so in the hospital. Wow, so-and-so going through this, going that. Wow, okay? You started getting into that wow energy. Oh, spirit, man, watch out. You got away. You're the one that got away, babe. Yes, it is crazy work. Crazy work, bruh. What's going on? Absolutely. You guys could have took a spiritual bath here. Yeah, celebration here. It fell on the drama queen in reverse with the 5 of wands in reverse. I feel like whoever you are here in the past here, once you got hip to these spiritual baths, and it's all about your intentions when you're taking these spiritual baths. I mean, it's just water and Epsom salt, but when you put intention to it, it becomes a cleanse, okay? It becomes a baptism here, okay? Whenever you put your intentions into it, I feel like in the past, when these people were sending all of this warfare, you was just taking your spiritual baths. You was just celebrating your small personal victories here. They looking around, they like, wow. So this how they got away? So this how they got away? Because they were staying by the water. They were going to the beach. They were dipping in the ocean in that salt water. Okay, fishes all around your feet, eating all the dry skin out. Nah. Hopefully you got a pedicure before you went to the beach, babe. But back to the read here. They like, so that's how you got away? You like, yeah. I was celebrating my small victories. Every time the enemy came in like a flood, the divine is the one that lift up a standard. I'm giving honor where honor is due here. They confused. Yeah, and then you had a nerve to set boundaries? Man, watch out. They like, what? You got boundaries? You done kept me on block for 9 years? You like, yup, I ain't changing my number. They like, you got me on block, bro. You got me blocked on WhatsApp? You like, yup. It's been 9 years. I'm good. They don't like you got these boundaries, love. It took me a very long time to gain boundaries in my life. When I grew up, there wasn't no boundaries where. People just walk all over you, say whatever to you, and you just supposed to take it. Nah. You ain't supposed to just sit down and be a doormat for somebody here. But I didn't have nobody like YouTube to come on here. I didn't have a healing to express back in the day where I'm healing myself so I can express myself. I didn't have that opportunity. I didn't have that luxury, you know what I'm saying, where I can get on YouTube and watch a reader and they help me go through the hard times that I was going through in my life. So now that you guys have graduated and you realize that boundaries are not for or necessarily for the next person, boundaries is for you, love. It's for you to protect your heart here. You're supposed to guard your heart anyway. But a lot of you guys were truly naive out here. You had no idea that your destiny was so great and that you needed to protect it. You thought you was just like everybody else. You wake up in the morning, you go to work, you knew that you had it. Maybe you talked to a lot of women. You encourage a lot of people. Maybe you noticed whenever you were down, you felt uplifted when you were able to uplift somebody else. You had no idea that you had these spiritual gifts here. You like, God, why are these people attacking me? Why are they coming for me? Why every relationship I get in, I get my heart broken? Why whenever I connect with this one or that one, this transpire, you begin to question yourself. You like, well, damn, am I the problem? You started getting trapped in your head and you like, damn, I'm giving it 100%. I'm going above and beyond. And they still throwing me under the bus. They still lying on me, talking about me. And then you tapped into that energy. You like, man, it got to be something better out here. You started doing your own research out here. You started looking up one thing and it led you to narcissism. You like, wow. You started reading the characteristics of a narcissist and you like, wow, this is what I'm dealing with. You go from reading about narcissists to type A and type B personalities out here. You started doing your research and you started learning about psychopaths out here. You started doing your research and it led you to succubus and incubus spirits. You're like, God, this thing is deep out here. You went from that. You like, how do I protect myself? You went to Googling or you got on Gemini. You like, Gemini, how do I protect myself from these energies here? They said boundaries. You like, let's look it up. You guys are setting boundaries here, babe. You're not accepting everybody's offer here. Maybe at first you thought it was cute, but you realize that all money ain't good money out here. You started tapping into your inner strength. Wow. You said, someone's busting it, baby. Friends and ex-coworkers. Wow, it's always a pleasure stopping by. Well, thank you, beloved. This is wild here, bruh. It's like they really were trying to swap, like, what the hell? These people really thought that they can swap, stop fate, push pause, push rewind, push fast forward. They thought they had all of this dunamis power out here. And these people are finding out they ain't got no power whatsoever here. Tell me about this Herify energy here. Yeah. For some of you guys, this was a whole masculine energy that was doing this here. This warlock energy here. This wizard here. They didn't know that you was a whole sage out here. They didn't know that you had a gypsy soul here. Some of you guys, man, these people just didn't know. That's what makes me think when he was on the cross and he was like, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I really feel like these people had no idea what they were doing when they hung him on the cross and they put that, pick thing in his head and the blood coming down. He stretched out. He in between two robbers, okay? He innocent up there, but it's two robbers up there. These people had no idea that you was going to rise again. They had no idea that you was going to bounce back and you was going to be bigger and better than ever before. They didn't know that the divine was going to enlarge your territory here. They didn't know that everything that you touch was going to turn to gold here. They had no idea. They were trying to defeat you before you even knew who you were. But now that you know, like, man, I better fight this switch here. This masculine energy had no idea that you were going to be receiving unexpected blessings out here. Wow. Now they're longing for you. They see your inner strength here. You had to be vacated or removed from the premises here in order for these people to see your energy, to see you for who you truly were here. A lot of these people are realizing that they're hitting rock bottom because they were trying to swap destinies with you. They're realizing that your trials and tribulations are tailor-made just for you. And that the things that you had to encounter, known and unknown here, these people could not handle it here. Somebody couldn't handle being in an abusive relationship and recover from that. Somebody can't can't fathom being married and being raped by your own husband. Somebody wouldn't have been able to handle that. Your kids are being abused. Somebody wouldn't have been able to handle that. You got somebody stealing from you, taking from you, putting you in a closet, tying you up, doing a bunch of weird shit here. These people would not been able to handle this shit here. You being attacked, you dealing with anxiety, you dealing with depression. You feeling suicidal every other day. These people wouldn't have been able to handle it. But they committed suicide when they came for you. Because whoever you are, you're moving on with the truth here. You know your truth here, and can't nobody take it from you. I don't care if they take you to court, they get them an attorney, whatever the case may be, you know your truth here. When I went through my divorce, I didn't have an attorney. Couldn't afford it. So I showed up and I represented myself. The judge was like, well, Ms. Bates, do you know that? Da, 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 da. I'm like, yes, sir. He like, you know that we can rebuttal, we can do this, we can do, yes, sir. And you still want to represent yourself? I'm like, yes, sir. Before we stood in front of the judge the second time, they took us to the back. My ex, he had an attorney. The attorney worked in my behalf as well. I knew the whole time my truth and what I experienced in that marriage. And it was horrible. It was very traumatic. It tore me down from the inside out. I lost myself completely. So I'm showing up. The attorney sitting there. He asking me what I want to do. But his client is sitting right there. I'm like, this is what I want. No, I'm not. No, I don't want that. No. I know what I want here. I got exactly what I wanted here. Was it, I had to, compromise some, but I was ready to be done with the situation. It'd been a whole year. It was being prolonged. I was ready for my divorce. I'm free out here. After we settled what we needed to settle, I got up. I went to my ex-husband. I shook his hand and I said, thank you for this opportunity here to do business with you. But I'm free. And I walked away. You hear me? And I have not looked back. I have not. It got to the point when we got to I don't know if this was like the third time. This mother lover, he didn't even show up to court. He sent his attorney to court. So I'm standing up there. The judge is like, Ms. Bates, anything else you want to add to it? Anything you want? Because he ain't here. Okay? He ain't here. That's guilty. He ain't here. Anything you want to add to it? I'm like, no, sir. I'm just glad to have my kids. I'm just glad to get this child support out here because I didn't make this baby by myself. I don't need no alimony out here. I know how to get the bag on my own here. I just want my peace here. I just want my life back at the end of the day. And that's what was granted to me. Somebody was trying to swap destinies with me. It didn't work. My ancestors stepped in and destroyed that energy with that individual for good. Period. We moving on out here with our truth here. We're moving on with our truth here. We riding the waves here. And these people are now longing for us here. We're not longing for these people. They thought we were native out here. We didn't know nothing. They thought we were going to be scared to show up in court and represent ourselves for what? Now, if I had something to hide, then yeah, I need me an attorney. But I knew I didn't do anything wrong. I gave it 110%. I went through counseling. We went through 8 counselors. I worked that shit because I did not want to get a divorce. Who gets married to get a divorce? I love my family. I love my husband. You feel me? But my husband did not love me. So I had to make an executive decision. Am I going to stay in an abusive relationship, whether it was physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, or am I going to love myself enough, regardless of the religious people and what they say, oh, once you're married, you're always married, there's no divorce, the devil is a liar. God did not tell me to stay in a marriage where I'm going to be getting my head knocked upside a wall, where I'm going to be raped at the end of the day when I'm saying no. That's not what he called for me. I had to go through that experience so I can tell the next, but that was not my destiny. That was a part of my journey, and I overcame it. And to God be the glory here, moving forward here. Yeah. Yeah, the obsession is real. The obsession with you guys is very real. You said they shattered the whole rib theory being weak. Same situation here. Wow. Yes. First X here, loving this. Amen. I feel that right now. Can't make anyone love you. I love myself enough to move on. Absolutely. And it's not going to be easy. You're going to have almost a goddamn nervous breakdown. You're like, God damn. But the obsession is real. These people are obsessed with you guys here. But the line is drawn here. Why? Because the truth is here. When it comes to this 2 of Cups here, the line is drawn here. This foundation or whatever this was here, this commitment, somebody now feel frozen in time. They're dealing with anxiety. We read about it. They can't believe that this thing is completely over with the death card. They cannot affect you the same way that they were affecting you. It's a no. Maybe at first you would be popping off, crying. Now you ain't. You like, okay. I'm telling God on you. You're like, Divine, do you see what these people are doing? What's going on here? The devil to the death card here. Yeah, there's a King of Cups here that's heartbroken because this relationship is over. They wanted to swap destinies with you. They wasn't showing up as the King of Cups, emotionally mastered to love on you. They wanted to break your heart. They were celebrating your heartbreaks. If you ever notice a narc, when you're upset or they know that they pushed your button, don't you notice that little smirk they have on their face? Well, 4 of Cups here. This is a missed opportunity here. Whatever little smirk somebody had on their face is gone now. Whatever little smirk they had on their face is gone. Yeah, you're not collaborating with these people. This could be a community that could have been doing this to you as well, that wanted to swap destinies with you. These people got heavy burdens here with the 10 of Wands. It's like the light bulb ain't even going off for these people here, that your ancestors are destroying this energy for good. They still attacking you, coming for you, not even knowing that this is over. These people are isolated and alone in the 5 of Pentacles because these wolves in sheep clothing are now being exposed. Yeah, they're under judgment. These people time ran out. These people time ran out. Yeah, 10 of Swords with the Queen of Cups. You had many painful endings here. Many painful endings. Whoever you are, many times you had to start all over again. It's like it done got to the point where now you done mastered starting over. You like, oh, we starting over again? Okay. It's going to be another journey. All you can do is make the best of it. Long as the divine provides a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food in your mouth, you going to get through it. Wow. Yeah, you made a lot of lemonade, I bet. Yeah, look at this. You guys were dealing with magicians here. They were trying to siphon your power, siphon your energy. Some of you guys could have realized when you was dealing with these people, if this is a relationship, they were like, I don't know, overly sexual or something like that. It's like they couldn't get enough of you, but really they were siphoning your energy, or siphoning, however you say it, your energy, so that they can use it to manifest here. You like, we can't even talk about nothing. We can't even discuss about you putting the top on the toothpaste, but all you want to do is have sex here. All they wanted to do was trauma bond with you. You fight. You don't talk about it. You don't come up with a solution. And then you have sex. It's good for a minute. And then it's back to the same old, same old. To the point you got tired of dealing with these energies here. You're like, I want more for life. It's got to be more out here. So they put out these illusions, manifestations. They thought they had the potential to swap destinies with you with this magician energy. And for some of you guys, this could have been employees. This could have been bosses here that could have been doing this to you guys here. Some of you guys could have worked a job where you knew more than the boss. You could have been like, I don't know, one of the good employees here. You could have been one of the best ones that they had here. You could have noticed on your job it was a lot of monitoring spirits here. Wow. Yeah. These people took a gamble here. These were gamblers here. They gambled their own destiny here. Their own fortune here. Yeah, for some of y'all, these are friends. If you notice, some of your friends are still stuck doing the same thing while you guys are out here traveling here. If you ever moved from your hometown and you went back to like visit some people or even went to your high school reunion, some of the people you will see, they're still doing the same thing. My cousins that's on my Facebook, because really it's just my family on Facebook. I barely be on Facebook. But when I get on there and just kind of be looking, my family is doing the same thing. You hear me? My cousins, I think one of my cousins, she's like almost 50 and she just had another baby, but she's married. I'm like, 50, still having babies. And like her other kids are older. I don't know if she got 5 kids now or 8 kids. I don't know. I can't keep up. And it's like she just had the baby. She posted the baby in the hospital. And then 2 weeks later, I'm scrolling. She at the club. I'm like, damn. Did you even heal properly? But she was doing that back in the day when I was in high school. I've been out of school, I don't know how long now. I think it was 2002 or 2003 when I graduated high school. And here we are in 2025, and friends and family are still doing the same thing. That's wild. They're frozen in time. They knew that whoever you are, you were going to go far, and they wanted to swap destinies with you. You say your girls are 29, 18, and 5. Wow. Yeah, these people are mad. They are so mad that they could not possess you. They couldn't cause chaos in your life anymore. They couldn't use the justice system to come up against you. They couldn't abuse you with the justice system. They couldn't connect with your family members to turn your own flesh and blood against you. These people are now realizing this and they're pissed off here. They can't possess your soul here because that's what it was all about, your soul. Yeah, spiritual seeker. Whoever you are, you a spiritual seeker here. You gain a lot of insight here. Yeah, you're the captain of your own ship here. These people wanted to be a captain of your ship here. You ever talk to people and you tell them something like, just say you at work and you be like, oh, my kid was sick this week. And like, say like, if you got to call out again, maybe you got a doctor's appointment. You'll notice how people be like, oh, well, I thought you wasn't here because your kid was sick. You like, well, that was 2 weeks ago. It's like people try to take information that they know about you and use it against you. It's so strange. If somebody know that they didn't do something that they were supposed to do, they'd be like, oh, well, I didn't know. I mean, I don't know your schedule. Well, you never asked. So how would you know if you never asked? Okay? It's like, I feel like you get what I'm saying here. People just like to manipulate stuff. And it's not working on you guys anymore. Yeah. We got abstinence here. Purification here. Yeah, we got farmer in reverse. These people are not reaping any type of harvest here. Yeah, a lot of these people are homeless. A lot of these energies are homeless. They're not reaping anything. They wanted that to be your portion. For you to be homeless out here. For you not to have nothing. Some of you guys realize y'all was out here struggling. And y'all didn't even have to be struggling. Y'all out here stressed out and worried. And you didn't even have to be worried here. It's weird. But now you guys are calling back your energy. I'm sure you guys feel much better. I feel like the load is now getting lighting for you guys here. And just know that your ancestors is destroying this energy for good here. The Egyptians that you see today, you ain't gonna see them no more. All right, we closing this thing out here. Yeah, whoever you are, you work good with your hands. You're definitely a leader here with this Joshua energy. People are envious here of your strength. They want to know your secret sauce. You could have been dealing with a lot of Delilah energies here that was trying to vex your spirit. Yeah, they don't like that you're in this 10 of Cups energy here. Yeah, it's the devil. He don't like it. But he has no choice here because he can't stop it. What's going on here? Yeah, these friends, they're upset because you chose spirituality versus religion or something like that. That's what I heard here. They upset that you chose to go a little deeper here. We got Mary and Martha here. They didn't like that you ventured off and saw what the crystals were all about and how they can help you heal. They didn't like that you tapped into Reiki healing, or you started doing yoga, or you started to broaden your horizons for you to get your healing out here. You started seeking other avenues at the end of the day, because there's only certain things they're going to teach you in church here. They're not going to teach you about no succubus, incubus spirits here. You may get a few that might tap on it a little bit, but they're not going to go into deep details. They're not going to talk about much about the subconscious mind at the end of the day. They're not going to talk about numerology and how you can manifest with it. So you got to do your own research here. Wow. Exactly. Remain teachable. We don't know everything. Yeah, Joseph in charge of Egypt. I feel like the divine is sending you guys forward because these same people, that try to swap destinies with us, we ain't gonna have to deal with that energy anymore, because now these people are gonna be coming to us needing our help here. These same people gonna be coming to you for help with the tower. Could you imagine being a preacher and you got your saints talking about you, and then they get sick, and then they got to call you to come pray for them at the hospital? Can you imagine that awkward energy that you feel? Can you imagine that your abuser now needs you? And it's like, because you done elevated and you evolved here and you done matured, you like, Father, forget them, for they don't know what they'd have done here, okay? They didn't know that they were going to have to come to me because there ain't no more jobs out here, and I'm going to be the one doing all the hiring. They had no idea that I was about to be their boss out here. It's that type of energy here. Yeah. They wanted you to be in a lion's den here. They wanted to throw you into the fiery furnace, and they had no idea that it was a fourth person in the furnace with you. They didn't know that the divine was going to get up off of his throne and come see about you. They didn't know that. But isn't that what a father does with their child? They go check on them. We got, the bond of David and Jonathan. A lot of you guys realize you was connecting with these friends that only wanted to know your secret sauce here, so that they can run back and tell people, so that they can siphon your energy, cut your hair, and all this weird stuff here. And y'all shouldn't be allowing a lot of people to be touching on y'all. You understand? You know how people like to touch you on the shoulder and all? Don't touch me. Well, when it gets to the point, but man, I'm gonna be a bad Bama Jim out here. I'm gonna have security all over the place. Man, watch out. Anybody try to run up to it, oh my God, look at Hilly. Oh my God, Hilly. I don't like your YouTube. I don't like you speaking the truth. I just give my security guard a look like. And then they out of here. Hey, oh my God. I'm ready. Security, get them out of here. Don't let everybody touch y'all, because energy transfers. Okay? Don't let everybody touch your hair. That's your crown. That's your glory. I don't like when people don't touch. I go to the same person to get my hair done. I don't play that touching on my face. And you know how some people like to be passive aggressive. They want to touch your face, and don't touch me, please. I don't like it. So be mindful who you allowing to touch you. What was that one movie where they were walking and it was like the spirit hopped off the one guy onto the another guy? It's an old movie. I cannot think of the name of it. But that's what it made me think about. Energy, it transfers. It wasn't the Silence of the Lamb, I don't think. But anywho, moving on. Yeah, the walls are now coming down, y'all. You guys got the victory here with the sun here. It is what it is. You guys are moving on here. Hooray! Your ancestors is destroying this energy for good. I think so. And the guy was like on the death penalty. They like injected him, and that's how they unalived him. It's an old movie. I cannot remember the name of it. Falling with Denzel. Let's go. Yeah, it could have been. But yeah, just be mindful of the people that's touching you. Okay, not silence of the lamb. And just be mindful. If you dealing with somebody, you better put your dude on, babe. Don't be letting anybody be touching all on you. I had one guy, and this female, she was like, and I was like, why is she touching you? And he was more mad at me that I'm upset that the bitch is touching on him. She don't need to be touching on you. At the end of the day, he like, oh, it's innocent, it's just friendly. No, did you fuck her? Cause why does she feel so comfortable where she can just come up and touch on you like that? I don't like it. Moving forward here. I do hope something was said to give you some type of clarity that someone was trying to swap destinies with you. And this thing been going on for about 9 years for some of you guys here. Your ancestors are destroying these energies for good. The Egyptians you see today, you shall see no more. All right. Final messages here. I appreciate the support, the likes, the super chats, and all that good stuff here. We got 666, I am centered. A wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts so you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency here. All right? This is what I have for you. I'll see you guys later in the next one. Ashe.